As the cost of living continues to rise for many, so does the need for multiple paychecks. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. It's a difficult problem, but one solution is catching on fast: side gigs.
According to a 2025 LendingTree survey, nearly 40% of Americans turn to these supplemental jobs to stay afloat. And most of those side hustlers say they couldn't afford life without them.
Even those with full-time careers are picking up extra work, with food delivery and online freelancing ranking among the most popular ways to earn.
While side gigs can be an important safety net, experts warn managing multiple jobs can be grueling and unpredictable.
Reporter Heather Graff takes a closer look at why so many are choosing to hustle around the clock, putting finances first. But at what cost?
For nearly a decade, Laura Norman has been a teacher in Baltimore County.
A says ah, B says buh.
She specializes in English language development.
What's that moment like when you see it kind of really click with a student?
It's so exciting. You know, it's part of why we do this. It's really cool.
It's an important role, but Laura says the pay could be better. She makes a little more than $60,000 a year.
No one wants to feel like they are living paycheck to paycheck, or they have to constantly be checking how much money they have in their account to do the things they need to do.
So in 2023, to bring in extra cash, she started working as a house manager at a local theater on nights and weekends, a side gig she relied on even more the following year when she had her son.
And then it was like, well, you have to keep this job now because everything is a lot more expensive.
But Laura says working an extra 60 hours a month takes its toll.
I'm tired all the time.
And she's already spread thin. She says her teaching gig is far from a 9-to-5.
You're working a ton of extra hours. You're going to meetings, you're working events, you're taking work home, you're planning, you're grading.
She squeezes in her second job where she can. Many days, that means heading straight from school to the theater. And on weekends, she often powers through double shifts.
You only have so much time to give to a second job, and then also give to your family and give to the work you brought home and maintain your house and all the other things that life requires.
Would you prefer to just have one job, one main source of income that covered everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it turns out Laura's not alone. According to a recent LendingTree survey, 65% of side hustlers say they'd prefer to have one primary income.
There's all sorts of reasons why people are taking on side hustles, but the truth is that most of the time it's a matter of necessity.
LendingTree's Matt Schultz says the reality is the typical day job just isn't cutting it for many Americans.
It's just kind of part of the American economy today.
In fact, a third of side hustlers say they took on supplemental work to cover cost of living expenses. And while they bring in, on average, an extra $1,200 every month, nearly half are spending at least 10 hours a week on their side gig.
That's basically an extra work day. While the amount of money that is coming in can be really substantial, it is really important for people to understand that there is a time commitment.
And according to financial expert Stoy Hall, that can mean sacrifices.
Do you think side hustles are a good idea?
In a very broad sense, yes. Of course they are, right? More money in, better for you in your life. But if you narrow it down, usually it's not.
Hall is the founder and CEO of Black Mammoth, a wealth management firm based in Iowa. When it comes to juggling multiple jobs, he says burnout is by far the most significant and overlooked risk.
Is it a side gig because you just need extra money and it's something simple? Well, that's awesome and all, but it's dragging you away from other things in life, other memories, your relationships, hell, even more time in your actual 9-to-5 that maybe could give you more money.
It is a long day.
Laura says she's all too familiar with burnout because she's lived it.
I definitely experienced that, and I think I experience it more as a parent now. People have hobbies, people have passions, they should have free time, they should be able to relax too.
Even so,
the data consistently shows that more and more people are doing this.
Caroline Bruckner of American University says side gigs aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
I think inflation is real. The cost of living has gotten more expensive. and people are recognizing that and responding to that.
According to recent data from Bankrate, wages still haven't caught up with inflation since the pandemic-era surge in prices.
Would you say side hustles are more popular now than we've ever seen?
I think absolutely that is the case because the technology and the platforms has facilitated the ease in getting clients and selling goods and services.
Bruckner says it's unfortunate so many people feel forced to have a side hustle, but she adds there are benefits. For one, some side gigs offer flexibility that a full-time job might not.
Generationally, the perception of having autonomy over your schedule and being able to work when and how you want is something that is increasingly desirable.
She says they can also allow people to pursue their passions and make money doing it.
Having opportunities to create different avenues for earning income is a great thing. We want people to be able to support themselves and thrive.
I'm excited to go to that job too.
Laura says even though she needs her side gig, she's grateful because the work brings her joy.
I just feel very lucky to have a side job that pays me, but also I enjoy being there. I want to be there.
And if the experience and all its ups and downs has taught her anything, it's this.
I would strongly recommend it be something you love.
Still, she recognizes it's important to know your boundaries.
I try to balance it out with being really present at home when I am with him, but it's definitely hard.
Because as her little boy grows,
he's gonna do sports, he's gonna do plays, he's gonna be in stuff, and I want to be there for that.
She says you can't put a price on showing up for the big moments.
Good job, little buddy.
Now, before taking on multiple jobs, experts recommend doing your homework. To learn more, we spoke with Jackie Lamb, a self-employed financial coach based in Los Angeles. Lamb has decades of experience turning side gigs into sustainable income and shared a few tips for those looking to do the same.
I think the juggle is just trying to find the balance, right, of what type of work is flexible enough and what also I see as the threshold, right? The threshold to enter. So is this a side hustle where you have to put in a lot of time to learn? I think mixing things up depending on what you can do and what you're in the mood for is helpful. There's no one size fits all for sure.
Experts also say it's important to look for side hustles that fit into your life for the long haul.
When it comes to leaning into what you love, data shows that can be a big driver too. According to LendingTree's survey, 14% of side hustlers say they do it to pursue their passions, 22% to fill their spare time, and 15% to help others. So for many, it's not just extra work. In fact, most Americans who have a side gig say it improves their quality of life.